Students who are in the online, am I audible, students? Right. Those who says good evening, I am also saying good evening. So let us start the new topic today, files. Files or streams. Files are streams in Python. So let us start. What will be the files or streams in Python? Okay. Before that, I would like to discuss index. Index I'm talking. Look at that. Now I go for Ranjit Kumar. I did not understand anything in the last class. What is the last class? Hmm? Yeah, remove that gap. No, you are good. By cutting, you did different or what? Look at back. Very good. Indian Army, you are so nice. So, fine. Uppalapati Haimanath Sai is saying this. Sir, I completed ATM project, sir. My confidence increased. Ranjit Kumar said that I did not understand anything in the last class. Uppalapati Haimanath Sai is saying that my confidence increased. So, what to do this? That's what I'm saying. Case studies, this is a case study already done. And anybody not practicing anything, definitely they don't understand anything. That is a damn sure. If you practice daily, if you read the notes daily and if you practice, you will follow my class. Otherwise, you cannot follow. Obviously, you cannot follow. Okay. Now I will move to the further. So everybody will not understand if they don't practice. If they read well, if you do good practicing, you will understand well. And if you don't understand in my class, it is the last stage, last bus stop that is. After that, no bus stop is available. After that, jungle will start. Jungle means, forest will start. So that's it. That is my final conclusion. That's all. Anybody don't understand? Look for alternative. That's all. So files or streams in Python. Purpose of files. Purpose of files. Purpose of files. So I'm talking about purpose of files and types of applications. Types of applications I'm going to start with. So next, and let me take one more conclusion. Online students, did you understand last class case study? All the students in the online, did you understand the last class case study? Everybody respond it. Yes, sir, 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 yes, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. I want to see everybody, those who says, yes, sir, yes, sir. Anybody? No, sir, only except Ranjit Kumar. Anybody says, I just want to see. Yes, sir, yes, sir, understood. Yes, sir. Bharat, can we make it as repository? You can make it. So, yes, sir. Next up, anybody else? Yes, enough. Now I'm going to enter into the further. Now, types of applications there I'm talking about. I'm talking about. Okay, anyhow, I'll write the names of it. Next, I'll enter into definition of file, definition of file, definition of file and stream. And next, I'm talking about types of files, types of files. There I'm talking about text files, text files. I'll talk about text files. And the second one is binary files, binary files. And next I'm going to talk about types of operations, types of operations on files, types of operations on files. We do write operation, we do write operation, and second one is what? Read operation, read operation. And next, steps for performing write operation, steps for performing write operations. And the next steps for performing read operations, steps for performing read operations. Next, we are going to talk about, next we are talking about, this is one level, this is one level. Shall I discuss deep of it or only top level? Only one level deep. So even if we don't say deep also, we'll discuss deep, but I'll test you. If everybody says that only one level, I'll stop at one level. Next one, we talk about file opening modes, file opening modes. We'll talk about it. There we are having number one or number two W, number three A. Next fourth or plus fifth. Fifth one is called what you know? W plus. And the next sixth one is called what you know? A plus. Next seventh one is called what you know? X. And eighth one, which is added very recently, X plus. X plus. Next number of approaches to open the file, number of approaches to open the file. There I will talk about by using open function. Second one, by using with open as, followed by programming examples, programming examples. Next we'll go for, so coming to the point of it. So Farrakhan, some good, very good message is coming. I just want to read out by myself. Good evening, sir. Myself, Farrakhan. From 4 p.m. batch due to exam, I have taken break from 4 p.m. batch. Now today onwards, I am attending this batch, sir. I really miss your classes, sir. Due to exam, I missed last some days classes of NumPy. I have seen last some days recording videos of NumPy classes. Your explanation was okay, outstanding, and thank you so much, sir, for your hard work for us. Okay, mom. Thank you, mom. So only NumPy is hands off. Huh? Rest of the class is not good. Hmm? Only NumPy. Hmm? So I said already in the last class only, when my classes are increasing, this is my journey. When my classes are increasing, I will take you to the peaks. First day I said this, whether you are practicing or not, that is an immaterial, but I'll tell you everything peak level. I'll make you to stand up there. Next is called MNC only. When you read well, don't read well. Next, Bay of Bengal is also there. Two are there. Rendu untai. Two are there. It is your choice what to do. So this is the style. Of course, that is what is my property. That is my property. I will carry out all the days. Okay, ma'am. All classes are awesome. Okay, ma'am. Right. Thank you. More welcome. Come to the concept. Programming examples by using open and then by using what you know. Programming examples I will take. Next, I will move to the functions for. Next is called what? Writing the data, writing, writing the data to the file, writing the data to the file, writing the data to the file. There I will use it. There I will use it. Write off, and B is called what? Write lines, write lines, followed by programming examples, programming examples. Next, reading the data from files, Reading the data from the files, there I will take a read. B is called read lines, followed by programming examples, Next, go for random access file, random access file, random access files. There I will go for function number tell, and next is called B is called what? Seek function, followed by what? Programming examples, programming examples. This is about, next is called what do you know? Programming examples on, programming examples on image copy, image copy. That is called what you know? Binary files concept, binary files concept. Do you know this? Image copy. How to copy? That I'm going to deal with. This is a second level. This is a second level. See students, second level. This is the first one is always concept based coverage. Second one is called what? Programmatically we are entering. First level coding, coming to another level of coding students. There it is called pickling, pickling concept, pickling. This pickling concept in Java, we call it as object serialization and unpickling, unpickling, unpickling. This is known as object deserialization, deserialization, object deserialization, implementation of, implementation of, implementation of pickle module, pickle, not mango pickle, pickle module. Next is called what? Programming examples, programming examples. So implementation of pickle module, implementation of pickle module for pickling and unpickling operations, programming examples, and very good. This is called another level. What do you mean by pickling? This is really very, very important. Once if I discuss second level, almost you are fully satisfied. When I go to the real time, pickling and unpickling only will be coming across into picture. Next, I will go for next concept we are going for another level, working with the CSV files, working with the CSV files, importance of CSV files. Next, implementation of implementation of CSV files with CSV module, CSV module, like a pickle module, CSV module, operations on CSV files. There I will talk about CSV dot reader. Next P, CSV dot writer of, writer of. C is called CSV dot dicta reader of, dicta reader of. D is called CSV dot dicta writer of, dicta writer of, followed by programming examples, programming examples. This is another level, which is most useful in DevOps, AWS, cyber security, IoT, and then it is useful in where Salesforce also, Power BI development also, which is most useful. And moreover, Pandas level, which is very useful. Project will be there on this level. Okay. Next, working with, I'm going to talk about working with JSON files. JSON files stands for JavaScript, object notation. Do you know JavaScript? Don't know. Whatever I ask, don't know. What do you know? You know only your house route, how to go to your house, you know. Plus you know your names. You don't know JavaScript? Already so many batches starts na HTML and all those things. JavaScript object notation files. Importance of JSON files. Importance of JSON files. Next, importance of JSON files. Implementation of JSON files with a JSON module. With a JSON module. Very, very important. This is for Django purpose I am telling. Operations on JSON files. There I will write it. JSON dot loads, JSON dot loads P, JSON dot load, JSON dot dump, JSON dot dump. There I am talking programming examples. Programming examples. This is another level. This is another level. So next, working with OS based applications, OS based operations, OS based operations, implementation of OS based operations with implementation of OS based operations with OS module. OS module. What is OS? It acts as a resource allocation manager as well as resource deallocation manager. Okay. Those operations I am going to tell you. And those operation names I am not writing. So many are there. But I will anyhow programming examples I will tell you. Programming examples I will tell you. This is called my complete concept of what? Files. This is a complete concept. See that this is the index. All these things, if you learn perfectly, you attend any interview, just left hand, left finger. So first level, concept base, second level, third level, fourth level, fifth level, 64. Which line? So this is OS. Sixth level. These many things, if you learn it perfectly, you can do it. So let me save it. Let me go to the place, E column, 6 p.m. files. I'll create a folder, files, and say notes. Under that, I'm going to take index of files. So this is a topic we created, students. Now I'm going to enter into the further. Introduction to files I'm going to introduce. Do you know C language? In C language, there is a concept called what? Files. In C programming, there is a concept called files. In C++, there is a concept called files. In C#.NET, there is a concept called files. In Java, there is a concept called files. In Python, in my subject you are attending, there is a concept called what? Files. Do you have any knowledge on these 3, 4, 5, 6 lines? If you say yes, I'll ask one question. Then if no, I'll go to Python 0 level onwards, I'll discuss. What is your answer? No. Spelling lies is not correct, you know that? So still you are unable to face my question. Nikesh is saying 0 knowledge. Okay, no issue. That point I already know. So coming to the point of it. So here, coming to the point of it. Coming to this now, I am entering into the further. Aditya Gupta. Sir, I have a query. I have seen a PDF of network programming related in Google Drive. So is it for us or by mistake it is sent? By mistake, maybe, my dear student. It is by mistake, maybe it is coming to you. It's not related to you. In your class, it will come. Maybe it's a wrong window, I think so. It's not related to you. Okay, now? So shall I move to the further? Right. So now I will enter into introduction to files. I'm going to talk introduction to files. Later I will change the heading. Later I will introduction to files. Later I will change the heading. That heading I will go for types of applications in industry. We'll go for it. Students, I'm going to change this is introduction to files, which is going to be changed after some time. Types of applications, just write it. Now students, last class, we executed ATM application, correct? Whose results are stored in where? whose result beginning I said one important thing. Memories are of two types: main memory, secondary memory. Main memory data is temporary. Secondary memory data is permanent. Beginning days, main memories are of two types: main memory, secondary memory. Main memory data is temporary. Secondary memory data is permanent. By default, data entered in where? Main memory. We process it and we show the result on the console window. We'll show on the output window. So that task is what? Only that program is active, result is available. Once the program is deactivated, result will be gone. That is known as what? One kind of application known as what? Non-persistent applications we can call. Non-persistent application we can call. What is happening in non-persistent application? In non-persistent application, this is my computer. In this place, this is a keyboard. We read the data from the keyboard, entered into main memory, stored in the form of objects, list object and etc. Stored in the form of object, will process the data. We will process the data, and that values are displayed on the monitor. Displayed on the monitor. To read the data from the keyboard, we will use input of that will be getting stored. To display the results on the monitor, we will use what? Print off. We will use a print off. We will use a print off. So this type of application is called persistent, non-persistent application we can call. What do you mean by non-persistent? What do you mean by word called persistent? Persist meaning is what? Don't leave. You be strong in holding that. That is the meaning of persist. Correct? So persistence meaning is storing permanently or holding strongly without losing. So persistent applications are those which are making something as a permanent storage. That is called what? Persistent application. Non-persistent application itself says don't store the data permanently. But the temporary storage related applications are called non-persistent. What are all the examples we discussed so far? All of them are what? Non-persistent. What is happening in non-persistent applications? We read the data from the keyboard, getting stored in the memory in the form of objects, will process them, and whose results will be displayed on the monitor. This type of application is known as what? Non-persistent. Once the program is deactivated by running other program, this current program results is gone. Or once the power is gone during my development, that result also will be gone. That is known as what? Non-persistent. Now, coming to persistent. Persistent meaning is what? Which you like it to store permanently. I want to store it permanently. Then I'll go for which development? Persistent application development. So two types of applications will be coming. One is called what? Non-persistent. One more is persistent. First of all, what is the need of persistency? What is the need of persistency? As on today, any organization you take it, students, any organizations you take it, from finance to, from finance to what? Marketing you take it, marketing you take it, educational institutions you see that, and next any kind of institutions if you see, the data is playing a vital role in taking the decisions, correct or not? In taking the decisions, data is playing an important role. Such data to be saved permanently or temporarily? Permanently. To store such data permanently, we have two approaches in the software field. Number one, by using files. Number one, by using files. Number two, by using database softwares. The two RDBMS database softwares. RDBMS database softwares. Don't tell full form here. Our next chapter is how to store the data persistently, that is permanently, by using RDBMS things like Oracle, like MySQL, like DB2, like PostgreSQL, like supersonic database. These are all called the best examples of what? RDBMS. Okay. So how many approaches are there? And once again, I am saying you take your university, your college data, your students first year, second year, third year, fourth year results, engineering results, and they are giving the memos for you. Which student is having which backlog? How many students are passing in first class, second class, CGPA maintenance? Based on that, they are giving some sort of results. How many people are studying which branch and what is the strength of their 2020, 23 and 2024, how admissions criteria? All the educational institutes are maintaining the data permanently or not? You take it to NTA. NTA is maintaining all the students who has written JE mains and advanced. They are maintaining these results permanently or not? So these results are going to be permanent. Take banking, taking marketing sector, take educational sector, what not. Every organization you take it, storing the data is permanently. To store the data permanently, how many approaches are there? Two approaches. One is by using files, one more by using to develop these kind of applications, they put a name called what? Persistent applications. Tell me, what do you mean by persistent applications? Take a direct example. You want to go for Aadhaar registration for one kid, newly born kid, Aadhaar registration one. So they will be taking to the Aadhaar center. They will be getting all the details entered. The details are entered, captured the image, and they said to you and verify the details. And those details are available in where? Main memory. Those details are available in main memory. Once the power is gone during the time of entering, again they will enter. Because the data is lost. So once you enter the data by default available in where? Main memory. So you will read with input only. You will process with normal logic only. Once the result is ready, that results are going to be stored permanently in secondary memory in the form of what? Either in the form of files or in the form of what? Database. These are the two approaches are called what applications? Persistent applications we can call. So what do you mean by persistent application? In persistent application development, we read the data from the keyboard and stored in which memory? Main memory. We process the data and the processed data is the final result. Such a final results we are storing permanently either in the form of file or in the form of database. We call it as which application? Persistent applications we can call. So every banking sectors, every educational sector, every marketing sector, everybody will be developed having what? Persistent applications. You take supermarkets, when you make any transaction there, when you buy something else, they will give you some returns. That is any exchanges to be taken place within 1 week. So 1 week they will maintain your transaction data or not. That is comes under what? Permanent storage. Are you understanding? So what is the non-persistent application? Only results are shown on the monitor, but whose results will not be stored permanently. When you go to persistent applications, what will be happening? Results will be stored permanently. What are the two approaches for storing the results? Number one is called what? Files. Second one is what? Database. Database software. That too what? RDBMS database softwares. RDBMS database softwares. So like Oracle, all those things. Make your laptops or systems install Oracle and install MySQL also. Because next chapter is that only. And there are some limitations are there in files. And to overcome that, we are going for what? RDBMS approaches. And even in C language, files are there. And even in C++, Java, everywhere else files is there. But files importance is more in Python programming. Because as on today, Python programming used in many languages as a scripting languages. Scripting means 3 to 4 lines of code if I write, that's called scripting. Are you able to follow? So can I show you the types of applications here? So what is the use of files? The first purpose of files is to achieve the persistency. What is meant by persistency? Storing the data permanently is known as what? Right. Telangana 10th class code. is maintaining the 10th class student pass details or not? Suppose you are going for applying some government job. They will verify your education details. Where they will enter you, where they will verify your 10th class results in an SSC board or not. So they will have their details permanently. Suppose you are going to submit your inter memos. They will verify your inter memos. Otherwise, who knows that that is going to be taken duplicate, fake university degree you are getting. They will verify your university degree in the corresponding university database or not. So compulsory they will verify your details. That is known as what? Persistency they need to maintain so that that kind of details can be maintained. So I'm going to show you. Tell me, what is the use of learning files? To store the data permanently. That is known as data persistency. Spell out the word. So what is the use of data persistency? Storing the data permanently is called data persistency. Let us go to the further. Instead of typing it again, I want to make it because large content is there. I just want to show you, I want to show you simply some small description I want to tell you. Come on, slowly read out. The purpose of files in any programming language is that to maintain the data persistency. The process of storing the data permanently is called data persistency. In this context, we can develop two types of applications. Non-persistent applications, persistent applications. In non-persistent application development, we read the data from keyboard stored in main memory in the form of objects processed and whose results displayed on the monitor. All our previous examples are comes under non-persistent, right? Best example, your brain is also called a non-persistent, 100%. How? How? Stand up. What is the formula for standard deviation? Standard deviation formula. 10th class it is completed. Remembering? So our brain is called what? Non-persistent. Sit down. Anybody is persistent brain you are having? Anybody brain is persistent? Sorry, if you ask like that, problem, sir. See, students, anyhow, come to the point back. So here I'll move to the further. So don't worry about it because brains are non. If you remember everything, you cannot get sleep also. You have to forget certain things. You have to forget. Then only you are having peace of mind. Otherwise, like me, morning to evening classes only in this chair only sitting, feeling hip pain also. Continuously sitting in the chair and teaching, going on teaching. What is going on outside? Raining. What is going on in Amirpet also don't know. So don't remember certain things, forget immediately. So coming to the point of it, coming to the point of it. So, okay, except education, our brains are persistent only. Okay, 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 ma, Farhana. Okay, ma, thank you. So, thank you, ma. Now let us start with all our previous examples comes under what? Non-persistent applications. We know that data stored in main memory is temporary. RAM. RAM is nothing but what? Temporary memory. What is RAM? Don't show your original color. Your original color is always beginning only. I said student is equal to full forms plus wrong answers. 100%. You bring any candidate, I'll prove either you know full form or you know wrong answer. Because some teachers are saying, don't sit quiet and calm in interview. Something you speak. Something you speak. Something if you speak means international English will come, plus full forms will come, wrong answers will come. My advice is to speak something, it should have base. If it have baseless concept, what is the use? Correct or not? At least when you go to the interview, you bring my notes. You don't know the answer. Sir, see this notes, sir. You just read out this. You'll get answers like that. Yes. They will understand at least. They will understand at least, yeah, answers are there in the notes. You don't have the time or she don't have the time. If we give the time, they'll prepare. Check once. What is there? So go to the point of it. Now I'll go to the next, another one. RAM is called what? Temporary. In persistent application development, we read the data from keyboard stored in main memory in the form of object, processed it, whose result stored permanently. The word permanently is important. In industry, we have two ways to store the data permanently. They are by using files, by using RDBMS database softwares. See students, we have RDBMS is there. We have ORDBMS is also there. You have OORDBMS is there. These are all called different type of things are there. Oracle 7.3 is RDBMS. Oracle 8 onwards, it is OORDBMS. Oracle 9 onwards, it is OORDBMS. What is the difference? You learn Oracle, but you will not learn the base. You will not learn the original concept. You will learn like a attender job. Attender job means what? A doctor is writing the medicine, giving injection job only you are learning it. Injection job doesn't require nervous system importance. They will see something, they will put that and they will, even I will do that. I will also do. Try to learn nervous system, what is working internally. Correct or not? So try to work in product-based companies. Project-based companies, what is that? Already code is there. You are doing some changes. If you are unable to do the changes, definitely, if you are having good rapport with your team lead, you'll say, okay, I will do it, he will say. But you need to learn the subject. So anyhow, by using RDBMS, by using Oracle, MySQL, all these things are comes under what? RDBMS. Finally, my conclusion is what? How many approaches are there to save the data permanently? Number one, by using files. Number one, next is, before this computing came into the picture, people used to write in books or people used to write in books. People used to write in books. When I was in first year, to submit examination form, we have to take DD we have to take. For writing exams, we have to submit DD of 60 rupees. We have to go to a bank, we have to take, bank clerk will take the book from one rack, he will write in that. Again, he will give some manual check, he will write and give. But these days, take some fraction of seconds to do that. Correct or not? So that is nothing but what? So much of development in the industry. All those applications are what? Persistent development is going on. Clear or not clear? So from manual operations to manual persistency to what? IT related persistency came. That is only done by the concept of what? Files. And no doubt in that. Files are having some drawbacks. That's why what came into the picture? RDBMS database persistency came into the picture. It's really a greatest topic, student. Every person must learn very well about Python communication with database software. Even in Java is also there. Java communication with database. That is called JDBC entered. Your favorite answer. Java database connectivity. Python with Java. Python with a database. It is called PDBC. Your original answer. Python database communication. So important topic. The next chapter is that only. And once you learn files well, and PDBC is going to be just left hand, left finger for you. That much easy chapter it is. Are you able to understand? So let's move forward. So how many types of applications? One is non-persistent, persistent. Our previous ATM application is non-persistent. Because if I run my code again, 500 is the minimum balance is showing. But it won't show the last transaction data, it won't show. Because we are not storing the data permanently at one place. Understand? Now I am entering into the types of applications clear. Now I am entering into what is a file. I want to tell you some important things here. Introduction to files I'm going to enter. Introduction to files I'm going to enter. With a part of that, as a part of this, I'm going to talk about what is file, what is file, definition of file, definition of file, file, purpose of file, purpose of file, file resides, file resides. These points, if you know now, programming is finished. Only people will suffer it with this kind of thing. Let's start. I'm writing some small description. See students, Python is an OOP language, simple and next is platform independent, dynamically typed, high level language, robust, extensible, embedded, supports third party API, and next is called what? Functional and what? OOP language. Like that, I am writing so many things. I typed it, students. I typed it. This data, the moment when I typed it, where it is available, where it is available, just now I said now, listening is not, understanding is important. Main memory. It is available in main memory. How do you know it is available in main memory? All of a sudden power goes, this data also will be lost. Like today you are listening, tomorrow you are forgetting or not. That is known as what? Not storing anywhere. Sir, I explain, if I give a notes immediately, that notes is called what? Permanent storage. And what you are listening and forgetting next day is called non-persistent. Where you are recording in your notes is known as what? Persistent. So this data, I return it. So tomorrow, day after tomorrow, after 20 days, if I want to see, I have to store, I have to persist this data or not. To persist this data, what I will do? See here, untitled. Are you seeing this is called untitled? Untitled. Online students, these points are very, very important. Untitled. Now I am going to say tomorrow, after tomorrow, number of days I want to see. I'll go forward, save. Control yes. When I say control S, it is asking me to save it into one place. Now I'm going to 6 p.m. I'm going to take it files, any folder. I'm trying to save it. It is going to ask me what? File name. Now tell me, what is the file name? A file name is one of the, see, first of all, I am going to save as on some name I am going to. When I'm saving some name, it is going to store it into where? E drive, into this folder, into this subfolder. C drive, D drive, E drive are the partitions in where? Hard disk. Hard disk, right or not? In the E drive, I'm going to store my data on this name. So file name is nothing but named location in which memory? Secondary memory. Hard disk is nothing but which memory? Secondary memory. What is the file name? It is a named location in my secondary memory. According to the hardware definition, hard disk is a collection of what? Sectors, cylinders, etc., etc. They will define something. We least bother about the hardware terminology. In that hard disk, I want some name. That name is known as what? File name. Are you following me? When you buy some land or house in Hyderabad, is that name is registered on your name or not? That is something like a label to your space, something like that. I'm giving some name to it. I'm giving is what? Features. I'm writing here features I'm giving. What is this features is called? File name. Where is this features is available now? I will close my concept. I'll close. I want to open. Go to open. I'll say here called 6 p.m. Under the files, there the features available or not. Click on that. It is opening. What is the file name? What is the file name? Huh? Features. What is the file? File is one of the named location in secondary memory. Secondary memory. Teaching to you is very difficult. What is the file name? It is a named location in which memory? What is the file name and the features? Sometimes myself only will get a doubt. How many days I have to get problem like this? What is the file name? It is a named location in which memory? Secondary memory. Definition of what next? First of all, is it clear? In other way, when the school opens, are you buying the books or not? Books you are buying. All books are having same title. New books you are buying. On the top of the book, English notes, maths notes, science notes, next social notes, GK notes, that notes, this notes you are writing or not? All notebooks you are writing. This you are keeping in where? Bag. You are keeping in bag. What is this bag is called? Hard disk. What is this? Notes 1, notes 2, notes 3, all these things are called file names. File names. Why file name is required? If I don't write the name on that, you can't recognize which book is for what and all those things. We should not tell this explanation in the interviews. What is the file name? It is a named location in secondary memory. First of all, it should be clear. Next, definition of file. After a few minutes, I'll come. Online students, is this definition is clear? Why only secondary memory? So we can keep it in our packet also. We can keep it in packet also. No problem. We can keep it in packet also. No problem. So coming to the point of it. Now, so coming to the next point. You can keep it in packet also. No problem. Or we can keep it into somewhere, some place you can keep it. You can keep it in somewhere and tomorrow also you can take it there. Right. Coming to the point of it. Secondary memory is called what? Computing. We are in computing world. We are in computing world. Correct or not? Digital transmission. How you know that you transferred so and so amount to your friend? Is there any written document is there? The proof is what? Documentation. How the bank people will store the transaction details? This on which date to which person, how much amount is transferred, they'll maintain permanently or not. Where the data stored in, either in file or in database. Both of them are there in where? Secondary memory. Why only secondary memory means? I'll say you write in a paper and say this is the one you keep it. That packet I will keep it in my packet. When rain will come, that paper will go or packet will go. So come to the point back. So secondary memory means a hard disk. Secondary memory means a hard disk. Secondary memory means hard disk. So see how doubts are coming. Now, purpose of file I am going to say. What is the purpose of file? To store the data permanently. So get what is this now? Data persistency. To get what? Data persistency. Coming to the point of it. To get the data persistency. To get the data persistency. Are you able to follow? Right. What do you mean by persistency? Storing the data permanently. Why do you use files? To store the data permanently. Where is the file resides in? Secondary memory. Secondary memory is called what? Hard disk. Main memory is called RAM. Temporary memory. There is one more thing called ROM is also there. There is one more is also called EPROM also there. EROM is also there. EPROM is also there. These are all called, if you are talented, I can tell you, but why unnecessarily to disturb you? So, all your operating system booted from ROM, which is not changeable by you, which is a fixed location where your operating system boots from here. The RAM is for what? Storing your data. EPROM also I can tell, but unnecessary it is for you, because that's why before joining BTech first year, first 1 month you have to do what? Learning fundamentals of computers. What is OS? What is hard disk? What is RAM? What is floppy disk? What is mouse? What is keyboard? What is the mouse port? Monitor, keyboard? These are all these things you have to learn. Directly going into the class internet world starting means you will get terminology problem. Understand? Let us get this point. Purpose of files is what? To get data persistency. Files resides in where? Files. What is a file name? Named location in which memory? Obviously, whatever I saved just now, they are all available in which memory? So resides in which memory? Secondary memory. Secondary memory. Simple. Now I am going to enter into the definition of what? File. Shall I go to the definition of file? Online students, up to here, these 3 points are clear. Quick. Everybody must respond. So respond it. Try to make our brain to coincide with the subject. So purpose of file is to get the data persistency. I'll save my data. The data will present always in my secondary memory. And the file name is just considered as what? Named location in secondary memory. Now I am talking definition of file. So, Hemnath, sir, what is the meaning of resides? Tomorrow onwards, I'll take spoken English classes. Spoken English classes. So, I'll take residing means, for example, where are you residing? They will ask you, where do you reside? Or where are you residing? You are saying, I am residing in Amirpet, so and so. Residing means living in. Where are you available? Like that. Hemnath, see. Huh? Hemnath, am I clear? Because this type of things, if I want to go, it's very difficult. So that's what I said. Everything thinking with a Telugu version is always danger. Because your vehicle cannot run fast. I resides in so and so place. Suppose when somebody asks, in which area you are living? I use the word, I am living in. Instead of using the word called living in, a pure English resides. Resides different from living. Actually, that is different. Actually, they are different, not same. Okay, fine. Come on. So English, suppose, please try to get it. Definition of file I am going to enter. See that. As far as this is concerned, come to the point. See students, this is my computer. This is what you are going to take up. This is connected to my secondary memory. Secondary memory. This is called a secondary memory, which is known as hard disk here. From my keyboard, I will enter student number, student name, marks, everything is entered. Number called 10, name is called RS, name is called RS. Next is called marks is called what 7.3. 7.3. This is called what? LST. LST. You already know it is a list object present into which memory? Main memory. This is the keyboard here, reading the data from the keyboard. Now we are saying what here? Input of. It is read, available in main memory in the form of an object called list. Now this data you can show on the screen. You can show on the screen. Print of LST, the data will be shown. The data is what? Temporary, I said. But I want to save my details permanently. Permanently. So how I will do it? I have to save this LST object data into which memory? Actually we should not say secondary memory. Into the file of which memory? Secondary memory. You cannot save the data in secondary memory just like that. You have to save the data in secondary memory in the form of file. The moment when I say save, definitely it is asking file name. So I am taking one file name. I am taking one file name. That file name I am taking here is student dot data. STUD dot data. So you are taking an extension or whatever the way you like it, you can take it. I am taking my style is student dot data is called what name? File name. File name resides in where? Secondary memory. What is the file name? It is the named location in the secondary memory. Lot of files will be there in my hard disk. Now, see students, this is the file name. My entire object is there. That is going to be taken as what? 10 RS and next is called what? 7.3. 7.3. When you are applying for JOSA counseling for JEE mains basis, when you apply for it, keeping web options or not, they will give some time for freezing. And once that options are completed, they will fetch it from the database and they will allot the seats or not. That means they will keep your web options into one database. Even in MSET counseling also you take it. In any kind of state government, when they are going for allotting the seats, they will keep web options and they will go for what? Allotting the seats based on the category wise, based on type wise, and so many things they will take it. So once you keep your data in the web options, how they will know that it is going to be permanently available? Once the cutoff date is available, they will store permanently or not. But permanent data is going to be in the database or in the form of file. This is called record. What is this? Record. REC1. What is earlier one is called object. Objects are residing in where? Main memory. The object of main memory is a volatile. Volatile is nothing but temporary memory or temporary data. Such object data is transferred into where? File of secondary memory. That will be saved like that. We call it as a record one. I used infinite while loop. Second data also got it. 20 TR and then 8.3. This is called 20. Once again saved here. TR. Again, I'm going to say 8.3. One more record is coming, that is a 30, and then something like, DR. I'll write some 6.2. I will write it. This is a record 2, record 3, record N, record N. What is the definition of file? What file contains? Collection of records. What is the definition of file? Collection of records. Each record is called what originally? Every object is becoming what here? Record in the file of which memory? Secondary memory. All the objects of main memory are becoming what here? Records. Every record is a part of what? File. File is a part of which memory? Secondary memory. What is the definition of file? Collection of records is called file. Clear? Huh? Every object want to store permanently. What should I use it? File. Resides in which memory? That object is saved as what? Record. Done. This is the transferred. Tomorrow you are going to college. By mistake, the clerk entered wrong CGPA for you. You have seen, you verified, you found out some wrong CGPA. You'll say applied for modification. When you apply for modification, when you go back, they will enter your hall ticket number or not. Once they will enter your hall ticket number, what will happen, students? This data will be getting back in the memory or not once again. They will do the changes. They will do the changes. Anything you want to modify, you have to get back to what? Main memory only. You will do the changes. Once again, you will do what? Update it. Aadhaar card details, you take it. First time when you go for Aadhaar registration, you insert it as a record. Second time, mobile number change, date of birth change, address change. When you go for it, what they will do? Get the data from the Aadhaar database, modify in the memory. Again, you update the original Aadhaar database. Are you following? So what did you understand? A file is a collection of what? Records. So students, online students, I think you are understanding. What is the definition of file? Collection of records is called what? File. So these four terminologies are important. Let me check it whether you understood or not. I will read the date, employee data I want to insert. Employee number, employee name, salary, designation. How many values I'll read from keyboard? 4. Where they are stored in main memory. In the form of each object, list or tuple, whatever it is. Object format, it is available in main memory. Object data is permanent or temporary? Temporary. So I want to store it permanently. So I have to write which coding? Persistence programming. Which concept, files. So secondary memory. In secondary memory, I need to choose what? File name. File name. I took it. And that object data written as a record or not? Record. So every object of main memory will become what? Record. Over. I want to do some changes to the record. Get back the record to what? In the form of what again? Object. Object will become record. Record will become object. That flow is called stream. We can call stream. What is a stream? Flow of data between object of main memory to file of secondary memory. The flow of data between main memory and secondary memory is called flow. But main memory, secondary memory is a wrong terminology. Object of main memory. Within main memory, objects are there. Object of main memory to where? File of secondary memory. Only secondary memory will not be there. File of secondary memory. That is known as what? Stream. What is the stream? Flow of data between object of main memory to file of secondary memory. Only file don't speak. Only secondary memory don't speak. File of secondary memory. Record of file of secondary memory. Record present in file. File present in secondary memory. Record of file of secondary memory. Object of main memory. These are all called compound words. Are you able to follow me? Online students, is my wording is clear? Can I show one example? Can I show one small discussion here? Now, is this 4 points are clear? You apply these 4 points on Java, apply 4 points on any language, you will become perfect. Simply become perfect. Go to the place. Now I am opening one simple diagram. One simple diagram I will open. Example, non-persistent and persistent. Just a student more, sorry. Because I'm trying in all the levels. So that's why teacher needs in school level, teacher need what? Board is required. Board is required. Teaching is required. One stick is required. Stick is also required. Why stick, board and all those things? When you explain, somebody will understand immediately. That is a oral level explanation. Somebody will write on the board. When you write with the board, somebody will explain. When teacher speaks something, somebody will explain. This, when they explain, somebody will understand. When you write on the board, somebody will explain. When the diagram is drawn, somebody will understand. Somebody will not understand. That is a air patch. That if you take a stick, rest of them will understand. That is called education. In teaching, in TEACH, all these words are there. So let me go to the point. Diagram also I am opening. Start. What is this now? Keyboard. Reading data. What is this? Input. Entered into where? Main memory. Data stored in main memory in the form of object. Process the data. Result is shown in where? Monitor. By using what? This box is known as what? The results what you are showing can be stored in where? File or in where? Database. We call it as what? Persistent application. Easy. Go to next. I am going to show you one more way here. See students. Start here. Come on. What is this now? Main memory. What is LST called? That I am going to store it in where? File. File of which memory? What is my file name? What is the file name is called? Secondary memory. Secondary memory is called what? hard disk. So that object data become as a record, second record, third record, fourth record, n number of records I am going to store it. A file is a collection of what? Records. So the data of object of main memory becomes as record in the file of secondary memory, and records of secondary memory becomes as object in main memory. We call it as what? Stream. So file and stream, difficult, easy now. File is a collection of records. Flow of data between your notes and your brain is called what? Stream. Understood that? Fine. So when you listen the class, entered into the brain. When I give the notes, enter into the secondary memory. When you go to the exam, what you will do? Will you keep directly notes to the answer question paper? You will write or not? That means you will transfer your secondary memory data into the brain and you will write. So coming to the point of it, into this next one, I'm going to enter into this data persistency by using files. So coming to the point of it, data persistency by using files of Python. Definition of file. Come on, read out. A file is a collection of records. File resides in secondary memory. Technically, a file name is considered as a named location in secondary memory. The purpose of files is that to get data persistency. Next, all objects of all objects data of main memory becomes records in file of secondary memory, and records of file of secondary memory becomes the objects in main memory. That is the definition of stream. What is the stream? The flow of data between objects of main memory and files of secondary memory is called stream. Clear or not clear? Right. Listening the class, enter into the brain. That is called what? Non-persistent. If I say write the notes, transferring. Permanent. Tomorrow there is an interview. Again, you will read from notes into brain or not. That flow is called what? Stream. Clear? Not clear? Clear. So online students, is it clear about these points? Is these points are clear? Respond. So CLR. CLR means like that. All. So now let us move to the further. I am entering into the next operations on files. Operations on files. Take two things. Operations on files I am going to talk. I am going to talk about operations on files. Very, very easy, students. Don't take much strain on that. Take this example. When I explain my concept, enter into your brain because you are understanding. After half an hour explanation, what we do generally in your colleges and all, they will say, write the notes or not. Whatever they explain, they have to supposed to transfer their brain data into the notes. Correct? So what is that? What operation you are doing that time? They are transferring your temporary data into the file of secondary memory. What operation it is? Write operation. Which operation? Write operation. Very, very easy. Or in other words, you are listening the class of 45 minutes. Where is the data? In your brain. Brain is nothing but what? RAM. I entered my data 20-25 minutes onwards. I entered the data. After that, what happens? I say save. Once if I say, what will happen? That entire data, what is there in main memory, written permanently into the file of secondary memory. The save operation is known as write operation. Are you understanding? So what are you doing in write operation? Transferring temporary data of main memory, which is available in the form of objects, saved permanently in the form of record in the file of secondary memory. That is called write operation. Sir, what are the steps in that? What are the steps in that? I want to write steps. One by one, I will write the step. Number one. Once if I say write the notes, what is the first one you are doing? First thing, what are you doing? Tell me. I say write the notes. What you will do? Come on. Open the, very good. Open the notes. That is nothing but open the file name. Notes is nothing but a file name here. Open the file name. In which mode? Write mode. How many modes are there in files? There are 8 modes are there. Read out once. R, W, A, R plus, W plus, A plus, X, X plus. What is R? Because already original color. Read. What is W? Good. Right. What is A? Append. Spell out. Okay. What is R plus? Read plus R. Totally international. Read plus. Next, write plus. Append plus. X. That's why I don't ask these questions in interview. Because what is R? They will say read. I can't say it is a wrong. I can't say it is a wrong. Correct or not? So that's why I'll ask a question directly. What is X? X nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. What is the difference between X and X plus next? And he may say here plus is not there, here plus is there. So these are all called what? Read, write, these are all called cock and bullock stories. I'll explain through programming in the class. Understand? So read plus, write plus. What is the significance of plus with W? I will ask. What is the significance of W and the significance of W with plus? Show me the code, I will say. Code means never possible. So come to the point of it. Now I am going to conclude my sentence. What is that? Open the file in which mode? It is easy to remember. R, W, A, R plus, W plus, A plus, X, X plus. Because you will remember subheading, but coding important. Okay. Open the file name and write the notes. That means we are opening the notes and opened in write mode. Write mode means pen is there, notes is there. Next, first one is what? Choose the file name. Choose the file name. You are choosing the file name or bringing the notebook from the back. And that notebook you are opening in write mode. And next is what? Perform cycle of write operations. Cycle of write operations. Write first line, second line, third line, etc. You will write it. Are you following? Perform cycle of write operations. That is called what? Performing operations on the file data. What operation it is? Write operation. What is the use of write operation? Transferring temporary data from main memory into the file of secondary memory. We go for which operation? Good. How many steps are there? Choose the file name, open the file name and open into write mode and perform write operations. Right. While we are performing write operation, students, while we are performing write operations, we are getting some exceptions. We are getting some exceptions. What is exception? Runtime error is called exception. Runtime error is called exception. Now, what are the exceptions are coming? That you don't worry. Zero division error. You know the error name and its significance. Here you will get it. File exist error. You will get file exist error. I'll tell you that. Don't worry right now. Next one is we are going to get it. IO error. IO error. Next you are going to get it OS error. You are going to get it. If you ask anybody IO error, input output error, they will say. That's a full form. OS error, that is output. OS error means operating system error, you will get it. So Seema is asking, what is write operation? Already I said or not, 3-4 times I said so far. That is done. Again and again, if I repeat, it's a problem. So coming to the point of it, this is comes under what? Write operation. How many steps are there? While performing write operation, these many errors will come. What is the significance of the errors? I'll tell you. Just to spell out the error names. File exist error, IO error, OS error. Now I am entering into which operation next term? Read operation. Read operation I am going to take up. What is the read operation? Opposite to write operation. We wrote the data to the notes. After 2 days or 3 days or something, there is an interview. I will open my notes in read mode or not. I will transfer my notes data into my main memory or not. So purpose of read operation is to transfer the records from the file of secondary memory into objects of main memory. That is called a read operation. Write operation is what? Transferring the temporary data of main memory into the file in the form of records. Steps, exceptions. Read operation. Purpose of read operation is to transfer the records from the file of secondary memory into object of main memory. When I go to the bank for deposit some rupees in your account, they will enter the account number. All other details will be fetched in the memory. And they will enter the deposit amount and they will say save. Again, your balance will be updated or not. What is that operation is called? First time when you open an account, that is called what? Write operation. Second time when you go for a deposit operation, what they will do? They will read the data, they will update it, again they will write the data. That is called what? Write operation. What are the steps here? What are the steps here? Number 1 I am writing. Come on, first. Choose the file name. Choose the file name. Second, open the file name. Open the file name. In which mode? Read mode. Read mode. I'll say read mode. And next what? Perform. Perform. Cycle of what? Read operations. Perform cycle of read operations. You will be getting some exceptions also here. What is that? I'm choosing the file name. Unfortunately, that file name is not there in my secondary memory. We are going to get what? File not found error. File not found error. It is easy to understand. File not found error. Are you following me? Next, I am going on reading the records. 10 records are there. 10 records I read. 11th record I am trying to read. You will get EOF error. Spell out. Stands for end of file error. I have n records. I read n records. I am trying to read n plus 1th record. That time you will get what? End of file error. How many total exceptions will come in read and write operations? 5. File exist error, IO error, OS error, file not found error, EOF error. I'll show these exceptions for you. First of all, is operations clear on the file? So once you want to do any operation on the files that is related to data, we are going to do what? Write operation, read operation. This is once again main memory. Main memory to where? File of which memory? Which operation? From file to where? Main memory. Which operation? Read. This is very, very simple. Now I'm going to show operations on files. Come on, read out SEMA, try to understand. So here, file exist error, Tulasi. What is the difference between file exist error, file not found error? It is easy to understand. Very easy to understand. Already I created one file. I'm trying to create the same file name. On the same name, I'm trying to say which error? Easy, dead easy to understand. File not found error. I'm trying to read the data from the file. I'm mentioning the file name that is not there at all. What is that now? How simple it is. By seeing your doubts today, I'm getting complete doubt today. File exist error. Suppose you take your mobile. So I'm having in my mobile Tulasi name is there. Again, I'm taking same name Tulasi, I'm saying. What you will get it? Already exist, you will get some message or not. What that error is called? File exist error. I'm searching for some name. I'm searching for some name. Tulasi in my mobile. Do you have Tulasi in my mobile? Now it is nothing but what? No records found. No records found means no file found. That is known as which error? Simple. Very simple. If you ask Tulasi, got it? Got it. So coming to the point of it. hmm? So coming to this, is it clear? Come on, on files, we can perform two types of operations. They are write operation, read operation. Write operation, what is the definition? The purpose of write operation is that to transfer or save object data of main memory as a record in the file of secondary memory. Seema, you asked me what is a write operation. Seema, I think you are getting it. Transfer the or save the object data of main memory as a record in the file of which memory? Secondary memory. Steps. Choose file name. Open the file name in write mode. Perform cycle of write operation. While we are performing write operation, we get the following exceptions. IO error, OS error, file exist error. Next. Read operation. The purpose of read operation is that to transfer or read the record from the file of secondary memory into the object of main memory. Steps. Choose the file name. Open the file name in read mode. Perform cycle of read operations. How to open the file name in read mode? I'll tell the syntaxes. I'll tell the syntaxes. I'll tell you because in my heading here I am having types of operations, steps for performing, number of approaches to open the files. I have some discussion with me. So perform cycle of write operation. While we are performing read operation, we get the following exceptions. File not found error, EOF error. These are operations on files. Clear or not clear? Clear or not clear? Clear. So how many types of operations? Two types. One is write operation. Write operation meaning is main memory to secondary memory. Read operation means secondary memory to main memory. Clear or not clear? Yes, clear. Simple. So if I read the notes, which operation? Hmm? If I read the notes, which operation? If I write the notes, which operation? Simple. Simple. Somebody asked me a task. I am giving 20 employee details are there in my manual paper. Save all these 20 employees in a file. That is a task for you. It's a written test. I will go forward files. I'll read each and every employee, keep it into list. List data, I will put it into file, keep it into 20 times loop. I will repeat. Finished. I'll tell you that example in the class. Very easy, dead easy. So concept is important first. Once if we are writing the coding, concept is important. But our students will do directly coding, they will see. What is there in coding? Coding contains background concept is there. That concept don't know, struggling with the coding, seeing coding, they won't understand. Once they understand the concept behind the coding, easy. Sin 90, 0.8999. Why 8999 is coming? Why not 1 is not coming? If you understand, nothing is there. First of all, what is sin x series you have to understand. What is sine first you have to understand. What is trigonometry you have to understand. Then these values are dead easy for you. Correct or not? So coming to the point back, these are called operations on files. Clear or not clear? Clear. So now in today's lecture, you understood the purpose of files. What is the purpose of files? To get data persistency, types of applications, non-persistent, persistent. Definition of file and stream you understood. Types of operations on file, read and write, steps you understood, those things. Types of files, tomorrow class I'll tell you. Right now, don't worry. Types of files, I'll tell you in tomorrow class, nothing to worry about it. And tomorrow, after finishing that first 10 minutes, I'll enter into the coding part. Coding part I'm going to discuss. These two parts I'm going to discuss tomorrow. Don't miss it. I'm talking these many modes. In C language, might be somebody explained files. They did not talk about any file modes like this. They explained something, but what is happening, God knows. And this part I will explain tomorrow. Don't miss it. Because this second part is very, very important part for you. I'll tell you how to copy the image, how your Xerox machine is taking your image as next image. How it is done, I'm going to explain that. Don't miss the tomorrow class. Very, very important. And again, I'm saying install Oracle software in your laptop, MySQL, and don't expect KVR sir will tell Oracle software installation. I don't will because our concept is Python with database communication. Oracle, MySQL, take your own chance of installing. I'm not going to tell Oracle software installation. Take the help of somebody or you install whatever you do, you install it so that you make it ready. So, Sudha, sir, please correct stream spelling. Okay. Okay, ma, stream. Okay. Spelling also need to correct. Okay. Okay, ma, done. So, go to that VSS Ramakrishna. Anything you can install. Anything you can install. Enterprise you can install. Yeah, community you can install. Anything you can install. Home edition you can install. Anything you can install. Okay, now I'll stop my class. Tomorrow I go for types of files, file opening modes, and this part I'll explain. Okay, students, carry on. And online students, if any doubts are there, you hold on. I'll talk to you. Online students, any doubts are available? Can raise your hands. Anybody is having the doubt, students? Any doubts are there? You can raise your hands. I'll clarify your doubts. If you don't have the doubts, I'll log out and Anita. Anita, tell me.
Good evening,
Good evening.
sir. Please tell how to download Oracle. Sir.
No, ma, Oracle software you need to install by yourself because here if I go for installing and downloading, that itself will take 45 minutes.
Okay.
So take care and I'll keep the link for you about Oracle software installation link. I will keep it. You install it. Okay.
Okay. So in Google Classroom, sir, link.
Not immediately. I'll keep it after 2 to 3 days.
Okay, sir.
That Oracle software link I will keep it. You install it.
Okay, sir.
Right.
Thank you.
Any more doubts, students? Okay, students, take care. Now I'll upload these notes and then download it and read well and attend tomorrow class. Thank you, students. All the best.